Hello and welcome. Today is September 14th, and this is the Wednesday meetup of the C4C general community. We have a big agenda planned for you all, and hopefully getting into some breakout rooms and some discussions, particularly about the SDGs and this little thing that we call Ikigai, a way to find your why or your reason for participation. I am going to share my screen. We've already warmed up and everybody is here. So for us YouTube folks, I'm going to put this in here. I'm sure I'll be back. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, this is, you guys are getting a little preview. Oh, wait a minute, here's some music. You can relax and sort of welcome and come for the next 45 minutes or an hour. There's nothing else to do. You're in the right place. Breath. Allow yourself to become here fully. Oh, yeah. Okay. Bang. How about that? So we did some music. Welcome. And I'm going to read this. Cardano is a blockchain platform for change makers, innovators, and visionaries. If you are one of those three things, then you are in the right place. With the tools, technologies required to create possibility for many as well as the few and bring about positive global change. This is our experiment. Things may break, lack documentation, differ greatly between iterations, disorient, overload, and inspire. Our goal is to provide a safe and lively environment for you to explore the highest potential of human collaboration. That is what we are here for. What began as a challenge has grown into a community. We are celebrating our 1-year birthday, and our slogan, our motto, our mission and vision is making the world work better for all people, animals, and the planet. Basically, we're in this brief summary part now, and the meeting I want to organize as a sort of what we've done in the past, what's going on right now, and what's coming up in the future. And I would like to get to some breakout rooms for discussions, namely led by Chakhan and the Ikigai gang from Littlefish, and Daniel in the discussion around SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. Okie dokie. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And does anyone have anything they really have a burning desire to talk about with the whole community today? Like you came for a specific thing and we're like, oh, you're gonna feel bad if you weren't able to say this thing. You're like, oh, I can't wait for Wednesday because I get to do the thing that I was supposed to do. Now is your time to add to the agenda. Okay.
Hey, sorry. I was just checking. No, I invited someone to this meeting and I wasn't sure they were going to be able to make it. But I think Victor Virunga.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Hey,
yes,
Victor.
I was able to make it. How are you doing?
We're great, man. We're great. Are you a change maker, innovator, technologist? Do you find yourself in the right spot?
That's funny. I'm basically working for Virunga National Park, so a park in Congo. We have about 8,000 square meters of rainforest.
Wow.
And we also have the latest mountain gorillas in the world. And basically, I came up on this group because I was invited by Bruno. I got in contact with him through Redemption DAO, which was a group, a project created to raise money in order to more or less buy the auction on the plants, because basically the Congo government wants to sell some plants in order to drill the oil within the park. So there's 2 plants within the park. It happened like a month ago, and we were trying to see within the pack if we could basically buy those plants.
Nice.
That's why I ended up with Redemption DAO, and then Bruno invited me to join this group basically.
Well,
to see what you guys are doing.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I think you're in the right spot. You know, the way to interact with us is get on our Telegram and Discord and social media channels, and I hope that you find connection and collaboration with some of the beautiful and smiling faces that you see here. Yeah, so welcome. thanks for being on the spot and letting us know a little bit about you.
Okay, cool. Okay, thanks. Do you want me to introduce a bit what we do, or?
Well, not at this time, if you don't mind. We can. Yeah, that would be great. Time is of the essence, and but we can get you in an asynchronous wave and then bring you in. There's there's initiatives focused in on deforestation and regeneration and wildlife, as well as the region and Africa that you're working in. So I'm hoping that you find a good spot. And this might be a good segue into what has happened in the past. Let me share my screen again. In the past, like and this might be a good way to explain that the C4C is really just a collection of folks, and we have these working teams. So what we used to call the core team, but it's really just the working team, and it's centered around hub operations. And you can think of this as a community hub. We also have an education team, we have an events team, and a GTPBL, which stands for Gimbal Token Problem-Based Learning. And that's really an accounting group. Does anyone have stuff that that is happening in the past? I guess the events are one of the main things that we do. Basically, this event that we're putting on now, a weekly event, along with the supporting weekly events, as well as monthly events that are sort of timed with the Project Catalyst group, the Project Catalyst timeline. Events, the last one we did was Impact Fest, and the mini Impact Fest because of the extra time allotted for voting. And we are planning another event, another Onboarding Your Impact event, and we're getting ready for a special event in November, the Cardano Summit. Are there any partners here that want to share an update as about what you might be up to? Because partnership is really what we do here at C4C. I can jump in. Yeah, go ahead.
I will give a couple of things that are happening just for everyone to know. So today actually was a session by Accelerate 2030, which is a funded proposal. It's basically a group in Geneva that is helping entrepreneurs in developing countries. They had a nice session today about Cardano, blockchain. There was around 20 entrepreneurs there, and also Empower. Glenn from Empower came on board to explain, how the community basically helped him to start. He came in maybe probably like Victor. He came in, he didn't know about blockchain or Cardano, and someone told him go and check the community. And he just came in about 18 months ago, and then he said, the community supported him and guided him, and it became the amazing project it is today. So, I mean, just something from today, that's one thing which is very cool. And Alex from the foundation was speaking about the foundation, and Chris was speaking about Catalyst, and Glenn from Empower, and also Cardashift, Trish from Cardashift. It was quite a nice event. So that's one. Maybe there will be a recording of that to see. Second, we are preparing for a small event happening in Geneva, which is called Builders, which is trying to connect. It's going to happen in the first week of October, and it's basically connecting. In Geneva, there is one side which is all the UN organization, the other side is all the banks. So it's an event that's connect between the two, and the Cardano Foundation is going to also present them. with World Mobile and Cardashift, and we are going to be there also from the community basically, and yeah, try to see synergies and how to connect what we do to what's happening there. So that's kind of update on that side for me.
Excellent, excellent. So let's move on into the next part, which is what's happening now. And it's kind of an interesting thing of like, we're looking back over the last year and celebrating a birthday. C4C has been around for a little over a year now, and I'm happy to wish a happy birthday to us. I saw this little graphic, and I wanted to play a happy birthday in Spanish. Oh dear.
No, we can do it with Juanita and Daniel and me, and everyone can join.
Happy
Feliz
birthday.
cumpleaños.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. We can sing along. Go. Oh, wait a minute,
I think the birthday songs in different countries are different.
Yeah.
Different.
Cumpleaños. You're feliz. Woohoo!
All right. I wanted to make sure we did that. But that, the next thing that we've got going is the voting.
I would just say one thing about that, because I mean, 1 year cumpleaños, imagine, probably 200 meetings. I mean, if you take the weekly meetings plus other meetings around that, like regenerative agriculture or Littlefish, so it's 200 meetings speaking about impact, sustainability, projects coming to life, like, Littlefish coming, from the community and then growing to what they are amazing thing they're doing, bringing together people, Harry from the accelerator and projects, and really, I think, putting on the map, if you want, impact and sustainability and social environmental in the Cardano and Catalyst ecosystem.
I think we can be really proud of what was accomplished. And this gang that we've created, like, I feel a part of community here. Like, this is the way decentralized communities are working. And this is a way for you listening to me here in this room or on YouTube or far in the future, getting a hard drive out of a dustbin somewhere. This is a way for you to participate in community. And that's just how we're going to get it done. I think that's how it happens. And so this is a home place for you if you want to make impact in your world. If you see things that are wrong, you're aware of something going cuckoo, and you want to make a change, this is a place, this is a method, this is a structure for you to do that.
Yeah, and then I will just add on that. I mean, it's so great. I mean, Newman, this is a place for every one of you to come in and take it forward. And Newman is a good example, and Juanita is a great example from recent time, and Daniel is an amazing example, which are just filling place. They are coming on board and they are making it their place. And helping to support it and take it forward and contribute. And anyone else here, that did so much. So yeah.
And I feel it's aligned with the Catalyst theme. Don't you feel that way? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, just focusing on part that we're all coming together for. But yeah.
For sure. So I want to, it's beautiful to reflect. And I think we're going to have a couple more birthday reflections. There's a project that I do want to share, and that is this idea of recording a short video that explains like what, how you came into C4C. Just like a little birthday message to C4C. As a matter of fact, I've got one in here somewhere. We may get to it later on in the presentations.
We have a form to submit those. I'm wondering if Cole could share that form link.
Yeah, I'll drop the
Um,
Google form right now. I definitely can do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's somewhere down in the presentation somewhere, but yeah, we'll rock on through. That is a way that you can participate. I do want to spend just a couple minutes on voting, and the voting started on September 5th and it ends on September 19th, 3 p.m. UTC. How are you guys doing on voting? Let's spend a couple, 2 or 3 minutes here. Does anybody have anything to share about how they're voting? I'm sort of tired of talking to.
Hey Newman, yeah, there's a lot of them. Like the challenge is clearly like dApps integration with 600 plus proposals. Like it's taking me days to get through them, so that's unfortunate. Obviously, I think there was complaints on how to streamline that. Obviously, the categorization is going to probably change in the next round, so it makes it a little maybe easier in the UI. Having a non-mobile desktop would be nice. So there's lots of improvements, but I think as I go through it, it's like one of those things where like maybe 10-20% I'm not that happy about, but there's some real gems in there. So you go in there and you really start to get a lot of senses of some neat ideas. So I think it's pretty cool. If you have the time, unfortunately, that's the problem right now. It takes a lot of time, but there are some pretty neat ideas across the board. There are a lot of repeated ideas, but again, I'm finding a good 30-40% are pretty novel, and so it's coming, but it takes time, and obviously if that process can get streamlined, I think that would help. But that's my 2 cents.
Thank you. Yeah, it does. I do think it's worth the time to put in.
It does take a lot of time, but yeah, totally. It gives you an idea of what's going on in the community too. So I think even just beyond voting, it's a great way to see what people are up to and see kind of the totality of the stuff that people want to get done. Maybe just a little update from the DREP workshop that we had last week. Fund 10 is going to change. So to get voter rewards, voters will need to vote on, let me see if I can get numbers, 30 proposals and 10 challenge settings in order to get your voter rewards. And then DREPs are double that at 60 proposals and 20 challenge proposals. So the community or ILG is asking for people to get more and more involved. So you have to at least vote for 30 proposals next time to get your rewards. So it's something we'll be working on as a community for DREPs, as well as some kind of little more organized voting, kind of how do you cut through all the noise and stuff. So look forward to that for Fund 10.
And with some little bit of scariness, I want to share. So we created this big list of impact-related proposals, and we've shared this list. And basically, it was just folks that self-selected and said these are impact projects. As I was going through the voting, I was like, this is kind of difficult because of all the extra data in that spreadsheet. So I just collected the challenge of the proposal, the name of the proposal, and the idea scale link, and really just need the name and the challenge. And I put it into a spreadsheet. Would you be interested in seeing that? And I can share that with you now if you like. Everybody's sort of nodding. Yep, Harry says yes. Okay, so Harry told me to do it, so I'm doing it. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. So I hope that is beneficial to you. It's the 200 or so proposals that we have come to the C4C to get support, and so we're supporting them in that way. It's not necessarily a recommendation, but it is a starting point of self-selected impact-related proposals. Okay, I am ready to hear. I do want to say that there are other tools like the AIM tool and the Lido Nation tool that you can go around. Let's hear from Daniel. Daniel, when you are ready, I'll let you share the screen and whatnot, and we're going to hear about the SDGs. Are you ready, Daniel?
Yes, thank you. Okay, so we reached out to Cardano Cube with this idea of creating an impact category, because I think Cardano Cube is one of the biggest places where projects go out and tell the community what they are building. And I think creating an impact category could be useful for us to know where are the efforts being done and how can we help or collaborate with them. As we can see, there's over 200 proposals on Fund 9 for impact. And why we think this is a great idea is because, first of all, those projects can get exposure and start telling their stories. There's also a great opportunity of community building. And one of the things I wanted to talk about, and I've been kind of talking with people here in the community, is how can we build a common framework for impact and start measuring that. So that's the thing. The first idea was creating an impact category, but also I think there's a lot of problems, because how do we really define impact? And how do we stop greenwashing and some projects that want to get into that impact wave and get people like us to support them? One of the ideas Cole had was we could first start doing tags on the projects at Cardano Cube, like saying, I do environmental impact, social impact, or both. And one of the ideas that we've also been discussing is integrating the UN's SDGs to all of Cardano Cube. And we can start seeing which SDGs the projects are trying to solve or they are helping out. Why the SDGs? Well, I think when we talk about impact, there's things like ESG, that it's a common framework that depends on which company is really rating that. And the SDGs is a global framework that fits perfectly with blockchain in each category. So how can we standardize this impact in Cardano and the categorization of projects? This is something Cole found, that it's how blockchain helps each one of the SDGs and the main technologies used for helping those SDGs. We think we can build a framework or a tool that allows projects to get that categorization on these sustainable goals. We also think the SDGs are a complex thing. We all know there's 17th and we kind of know the names of the SDGs, but it's a really complex system with a lot of points that you have to fill out. And well, the first thing is starting with education, telling the people what are the SDGs, trying to make it as simple as possible with graphics or maybe courses on Zoom with people talking about this, and also provide tools that are already working, like the tools from the UN, in which you create a project, you go through all the list of the SDGs and all the points, and you say if you directly impact it or indirectly impact it, or it has nothing to do with you. So there's a lot of ideas. I think we've just started this week with this. What I want to do is get people to discuss about this with us and get all of the people on board that want to help in any areas of education or creating a framework or knowing which framework we should really create. And one thing we've been discussing, that's the main thing with measuring impact, is that we need boots on the ground. And we think the best way to create that or get that is through communities like this, which has so many projects, so many boots on the ground. And if we can work together, I'm sure we can work something out. So I think we'll have a breakout room after this finish. Anyone that wants to join the discussion and talk about this can do so, and we can keep in touch. I'm also thinking we can also make a Fund 10 proposal for all of this framework if anyone's up to the challenge with me. So thank you very much.
Newman, you're muted.
Good, Newman.
Thanks, bud. What I'd like to do to drive the thing, because what I really want to do is get into 2 breakout rooms. One with this SDGs, and then 2 with Chakhan's method for describing Ikigai. And so, Chakhan, are you ready to give a short sort of introduction to your breakout room? And then once you do that, I want to very quickly scan through the rest of the slides. We have like a D-work task and some other things. But if you would, Chakhan, just a few minutes to introduce a breakout room and what we might do in there, and then in about 15 minutes we'll break out, or in a few minutes we'll break out into the breakout rooms. Does that sound agreeable to everyone? Yeah, yeah. We can get it.
I don't need screen sharing.
Oh, yep. Okay, you should get it. All right, take it away, Chakhan.
All right. So in the past 2 weeks, we've been trying to solve the issue of onboarding for C4C. At Littlefish, we've been using this concept called Ikigai, which is a Japanese concept meaning a reason for being. And we're using this, a specialized version of it that I'm going to show you in just a moment, to onboard newcomers in just a very simple way so that they can find their way in this complex world of decentralized communities. And what we've been doing with one of our proposals in Fund 9 is using this in other communities such as C4C to onboard them onto, onboard their newcomers onto their platform. So today, we're going to be working on a workshop together to generate that onboarding Ikigai, and I'm going to show you right now what that looks like. So we work on Miro. I'm going to start off with what it looks like on the Littlefish board. So on the Littlefish board, you come here, you discover this board on our platform. You have all our links here to find out more about us, the white paper and everything else. What the critical bit that we've generated that we're going to try to create with this proposal, with this workshop today, is this bit where we outline all the roles that we have. These are the roles for our proposals, for the work that we have outlined, and the responsibilities that those roles have within Littlefish. And any member, any contributor that wants to hop in and learn about Littlefish can do it through this. And we've been trying to do the same with C4C in the past 2 weeks. And today, our workshop is this. It's a 3-step workshop with the aim to figure out what roles and responsibilities exist in C4C for community members who want to help. What we're going to do in step 1 is we're going to just put out what we already know. The working teams I collected just from this meeting. We're going to put out the working teams and what they do, and we're going to put out all the proposals that exist in C4C. And then from there, in step 2, we're going to try to induce. We're going to ask ourselves, what would a person in this working group or proposal do? What type of responsibilities would they have? And we're going to ask, what would you call a person who works in this working group or in this proposal? So that would be the responsibilities and the roles. We're also going to, if you just want to come up with alternative role names, we're going to do that. So event host, maybe you want to call them master of ceremonies, just to gamify and jazz up all of this. And in step 3, we might not get here, but this is like an asynchronous process. What we're going to do is match all the responsibilities and the roles that we generated so that we can craft, like solidify what a role and a responsibility is. And we already have a very good head start on this. The C4C team has been working on the event roles. They've already came up with event hosts and what does an event host do. So we already have very good examples of what this looks like. So this is what we're going to be doing in the breakout room. Hope you join us.
Oh, wonderful. Yep. So I want to very quickly, and I hope that you're excited to work on the on that workshop. That's going to be incredible because I feel like it's a tool that any community can use, and any individual can use. It's Ikigai is an individual pathfinding, wayfinding, meaning making, prompt or invoke, invocation type of thing. So it's wonderful. Now, let me just quickly go through the slides to finish up this part of the presentation. I'm going to do it really quick, and I hope I don't break anything. Okay. So there's our Ikigai collaborations with our partners, Daniel Metera, Chakhan with Ikigai, Bruno here is from Empower. There's a couple of other partner gangs here. We have some fun 9 proposals and challenges. I hope that someone might post them in the chat. We have got this entrepreneurship challenge, regeneration opportunity for Cardano is in the challenge setting. And in the future, so this is the next part of the meeting, this future part. We do have an event coming up. Once the catalyst timeline gets set, we will do it. We've kind of got it. It should happen in October. This onboarding your impact. We're working with a different way of doing community council. And Nori, do you have? Do we have a planned meeting? We were thinking about doing this once a month.
Once a month on the 4th community meeting of the month. So we're coming up. This is the 2nd this week. So not next week, but the week after on the 28th. We'll be having a C4C community council. Everyone's welcome to join. We'll probably run it in fishbowl mode where people who want to participate can do the council, and then anybody who wants to witness can do so as well, just so that you can see how it works and what's going on.
I'm super looking forward to that. This video compilation, here is the it's basically doing a little recording. And in the interest of time, I did record one, but I will leave it as a suspenseful thing for you to come to the Telegram where I'll post it there. And then we are getting ready for this big Cardano-wide national international event, the Cardano Summit, which will happen in November. So if you have ideas about that, or you want to work with a larger, wider community, please join us. Or if you, share your ideas. It's always the best thing. Here's a great calendar. We have the our meetup on Wednesdays, the LATAM meeting on Thursdays, Africa Town Halls meeting on Fridays. We've got a bunch of meetings and stuff going on. All right. And okay, D-Work bounties. Here is where you can get some gimbal tokens. And here I'm posting in the chat where you can go and grab those if you're familiar with D-Work. Or even if you're not, it's very, very simple and you can't break anything. So, and if you do, it's going to help us to figure out how you did it. And okay, breakout rooms. We did it. We did it. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. I hope that that feels good because meaningful interaction. I think if you want to get involved with the SDGs or with the Ikigai, I support you in that, and I'm going to create this time. It's now 20 minutes till, and at the top of the hour we can stop or we can keep going. So I'm going to open the breakout rooms. And you are free to move about the cabin. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you in a bit. Oh, and I don't think recording is necessary in those breakout rooms. In the interest of the recording, I think I'm gonna stop the breakout, the recording now in this main room, and we can have a discussion, and then we can jump around.
The breakout room settings have assigned people to specific rooms rather than free choice, it looks like.
Oh boy. I am going to make you do I have to make you host or to fix it? Can someone? I have no idea how to do that. To be honest, I've never done it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing exactly. Usually we see the breakout rooms when we select the little icon. I think there was 2.
Oh, now it's working. All right.
Cool.
I can see them.
SDGs.
SDG one.
Can you get in? Oh, and you know what? I'm going to close the recording now. Bye. You